On this episode of Carnage, we're going to sort out the problem with our cables, kickdown, throttle and shifter. On the last episode of Carnage, working on Dad's ute, we discovered a whole bunch of problems with our throttle linkage and our kickdown cable, and it was all bad. So I've just had a 4-day weekend. It was a good relaxing time, had to think about it. I'm like, I basically have to recreate that linkage the way that I need it to be. So I've got some flat bar here to do it. We're going to do some cutting and some welding, and we're going to make this thing work. So here's the bane of our existence right now. They make this throttle bracket. I guess it's right for certain situations. It is not correct for our situation. So what I need to do is recreate it, but this joining piece needs to be on this side. On this side, it fouls everything. On this side, it will be clear of everything. So basically, yeah, I need to recreate those dimensions in another piece. Well, let's make it happen. So I was doing a workshop cleanup the other day and I found this bottle of cutting lube that had been sent to us by a viewer by the name of Mark. So yeah, he said, long-time viewer of Carnage and reader of Street Machine, I think you guys do an awesome job. I was watching the episode the other day when you were drilling something on the press. I thought this might come in handy. Hope you guys are doing well. And yeah, cheers Mark. Thanks Mark for the lube. All right, let's get into drilling this hole. That's what she said. It's a start. So we'll do a trial fit of our little piece. So put that on there. Okay, so the other piece has got a little kick in it just about there to clear that. I don't think we need that. I think we just put a washer behind it and it'll be fine. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. It works. All right, now we just need to build the rest of it. So now we just got to bend that. It's big and chunky, but I think we have a big enough hammer. Well, let's see how this goes. remarkably well. Okay then. That's what we need. Right. If I go in there, I could run the weld on the inside, but I can't do one on the outside, where if I do it that way, I can do inside and outside. All right, if this works, it'll be awesome. Let's see how we go. All right, so plan is we weld that to there, and that goes onto there. So our plan is we weld that to that, obviously not on the carby, and it'll be awesome. So we put a couple pretty shitty looking tacks on there just to hold it together. It wasn't getting a very good earth through the vise and with the magnet there and that, but it's tacked together now. Now I can lock it up in the vise proper and give it a good weld. Here's hoping. Oh, that's so hot. Oh, it's hot. It's so hot. Okay, well that looks perfect. Pretty happy with that. So we'll hook up our Kickdown, hook up our throttle linkage, and see how it works in the real world. Just put some WD spray down the cable just to make sure it's nice and free. Okay, so we have our throttle and our Kickdown sorted. Now we need to go get a shifter cable, sort that out, and we should be able to drive this thing. Yay. We have a shifter cable, brand new, straight from the box. And it should work. See, push that end comes out. Just the way it's supposed to. Alrighty, now we need to put it in the car. Okay. Okay, after much struggle, we have got the shifter cable in place and we've got the gearbox jacked up into position. So this is the test. I haven't hooked it up to the gearbox yet because I want to know if by jacking the gearbox up into the position, are we stuffing the cable at that point? So, will the shifter work? It works. And it works nice and free. So, we're not kinking it as it goes through the floor, so therefore what we've done is during one of our many sort of engine and gearbox into position, sort of up, down, moving around, we've kinked the cable somewhere or got it trapped between something and crushed it. So anyway, new cable is in and works fine. We've just got to hook it up to the trans now. And we are, well, 99% there. Beauty. Okay, so now it is time to bolt our bracket up. Obviously we've moved all this, taking all this hardware off. So there's 2 points of adjustment. You've got adjustment there and adjustment there. So you basically got to get your bracket mounted up and then adjust the shifter cable and end fitting to the best position to where it's going to work. So I've got it set up in park at the moment. We will make sure that it fits in park and then we'll just pop it out, shift it back to first, make sure it lines up with first. If it does both of those things, then we're on the money. Yeah. So the cable is in and adjusted, set up in park. It's the initial adjustment. So now I need to send Matt up in the car. I'm going to be underneath here and I'll get him to shift one gear at a time and then we'll pop the cable out, make sure it slips in and out of, you know, the gear, go another gear, slip in and out, another gear, slip in and out, and just check that the cable is traveling correctly with the gears. You've got to do it because if you don't do it, you could stuff up your gearbox or your shifter. Shifter and cable's cheap. Gearboxes are expensive, so you definitely don't want to be stuck between gears. That would be bad. So, it's time for Matt to go up there. All right, next gear. Okay, next, go back the other way. Yep. Next one. So, what was looking like a fairly insurmountable problem last week, we've basically solved in a day. So last week it was shifter cable, throttle cable, kickdown cable, none of it wanted to play together. Well, after a new shifter cable today, a new homemade bracket for the throttle and kickdown, everything works together, everything works good. In fact, we could take it down off the hoist right now, throw the seat in it and go for a drive. But it is actually bucketing rain at the moment. It is so wet out there that I'm not going to do that to Dad's ute. Yeah, I don't think this thing's going to have much traction. So what we're going to do is bolt the rest of it back together. We'll do that tomorrow and hopefully things are a bit drier then and we can take this thing out and, you know, yeah, see what we can see. Anyway, I think it's time for a lights out.